All right, good morning, everyone. Marvell Technology is up big during pre-market. I think it's up to like 137. So if anyone buy like Marvell option yesterday, you're sitting pretty good. I uploaded a short video about Marvell on Sunday. That's when the price was uh, I think around like 128. Yesterday it closed at 131, and now it's pre-market it up as high as like 139. So you are sitting very pretty now if you have some shares or option on Marvel. This thing is going much higher. I think this is the next AMD. It should go to about 180 or 200 by the end of the year. Why? Because 70% of their products right now are AI related and data center related. And they also landed a huge contract with Amazon. Especially Nvidia invested $2 billion into Marvell, and this is cash. So Marvell is the big play. Um, it broke out of an all-time high at 128, and now in pre-market it's up big. But here's the thing: this thing would likely, I think, the momentum probably get it to about 170, no 150, and then it will go back and retest the prior high. That's what I think. So most likely it will continue to rise, and then after that it will retrace and test the all-time high at 128. That would be a great time to add more shares or like buy leap option. So Marvel is good, and AMD is also good. Last week I did a video about AMD. This is AMD here. That when AMD was like at I believe like 218, because like 218 and a half was like the reversal line. That's what I had. And on Monday, last week, it crossed that. That's when I said this thing is blowing up. In pre-market, it's up to like 250 now. AMD will go back and test um, the all-time high at 270. So I think AMD still has more room to run. AMD and Marvell, I think it's very similar to like Micron. I missed Micron because I was thinking that hey, Micron memory chips, it's more like a what you call it, like a retail kind of a nah, not retail. What is this like? It's not like a proprietary thing. No, maybe I shouldn't say it right. I forgot the term. But that's why I didn't buy AMD. No, Micron MU. I was tracking it. It was right at around like 70, 75, and all of a sudden, it just ran to like over 400 now. So Marvel and AMD. I mean, if you are into like technology, especially AI related, um, keep an eye on these because I am accumulating share of these guys here, especially Marvel. The price is really really good right now, and he's just started running. Let's see what else here. The market is going to gap up big. IWM is already above the yesterday high. Right now it's up about like point and a half. And QQQ is also up. For those who missed yesterday's live action with the system, I think the system fired a really good signal. Let me see here if I can display what happened yesterday. We can kind of like quickly go over that. All right, here. Yesterday, the system make a perfect go long early in the morning, and then it's fired like scale and a half at this point, and then exit all the way up. So we're looking at about like 5 points again for QQQ. Let's see if it can give us another good signal again today. So so basically, for those who are new to my live stream, I mean, I am what I call myself is like a systematic trader. I'm not like hyping. I don't guess. I don't like scream up and down when the price goes up or go down. I've done it before, and I lost a lot of money. So basically, right now, I'm pretty chill. The system will fire a signal when it see the condition is ready, and I just base on that, and I constantly modifying the system because the system helped me to basically get rid of that like FOMO. So right now I don't guess anymore. When the price goes up, I don't chase after that, and I don't trade as many as I used to. All I'm looking for right now is just one or two really good setup. Because the idea is I want to make money. I mean, this is not gambling. It's not fun losing money. So in the past, I make like 5 trades a day, sometimes even as high as like 10 trades. And I look back at like all of those trades. I tend to lose money. The more trades I make, the more money I lose. So that's why. Right now, I'm just looking for like one, maybe maximum 2 trades. But the idea is make money out of those like very few trades. So I'm just wait for a really, really good setup before I enter a trade. All right, so the market is open. Let's see here. AMD gaps up. My value is up 3 points. Let's see how the market is going to behave here. All right, the Marvel option that I bought yesterday, I paid like $2. Now it's let's see what it is right now. It's straight price at 135. Now it's at 475. So that's really good. Let's see. QQQ is up. I would love to see Marvel retrace and test yesterday's high. If it does, then I would buy more. Yep, AMD is going to retest yesterday high. Wow, Marvel is strong. Marvel is trying to move up. All right, let's see what AMD is going to do here. Normally, when the market first open, I mean, I don't trade, but at the same time, the first few minutes after the market open, you can really see if there's a trap. Let's say if there's a trap for like bull web or bear web, and normally when that happens, that's a big trade, huge opportunity. A lot of time when you see the trap that they set up during the first 10 minutes after market open, let's say example, it's like gap up and tank. So the price gap up and test Friday high, and after that, I mean, it just dropped like a piano. That if you catch it, I mean, you could easily get like three times, four times your option in a matter of like 20 minutes. That to me is like one of the most lucrative trade. So now AMD is testing Friday high. Let's see what happened. I mean, this could be a red candle, and then if the next candle is like green, then you have to be careful because they could be trapping the short here. One of the things that I think is very important, a lot of people when they read the candle, they just look at the candle. Is it red or is it green? If it's red, they assume it's bullish. If it's green, they assume it's like bearish. But really, I mean, the candle doesn't tell the story. The body of the candle doesn't really tell the story. It's the wicks that is really what you need to focus on because you could see a candle, I mean, a green candle, but if the upper wick is long, that could potentially be a trap there. Most of the time, people will get like, let's say when it gap up, you think that the market is bullish, so you go in and you buy a long, you go long, only to see it tank big time after that. Why? Because people don't look at like the wicks of the candle, because the wicks is what's really tell you about the structure. You know, the pattern alone um, is not really tell the whole story. That's why when you look at the pattern, you get fake out. But if you look at the wicks, it gives you a much clearer idea of the direction. Um, um, IWM is really looking good. The only thing I'm concerned is, I mean, when you look at the first candle here, this is very, very long upper wick. If we see a red candle somewhere here with long upper wick, it's likely that IWM is going to tank. Let me do this here. I want to look at the just the volume for IWM. Okay, see, it's starting to turn red right now. Let's see if this is a really red candle, and then if the price tank after that. I mean, it's really a good lesson for us to learn, because you just cannot look at these three green candles here and assume that it will move up. First candle telling us that there's still a lot of selling pressure here. So if this is drop and next one is a big candle, I mean, this is definitely a trap here. They will try to run the price down. Now look at like Marvel, even though Marvel is very, very bullish. But again, I mean, I talk about like the candle structure. When you look at Marvel here, it's a big in pre-market. But look at the open, the first candle in the open here. I mean, this is like a doji with, basically long upper wick. It's a lot of like indecision, but they're definitely selling here. And the next candle, you see this long upper wick. It's telling you that seller, I mean, the people who buy during pre-market, they are very anxious to dump. So the next candle is green candle. You assume, hey, I mean, this thing is it's trending up big time in pre-market. Now with the green candle, I'll jump in and I'll buy along. That's is when they're gonna trap you. So the the idea is this: when you look at the candle, you have to read the wicks, not the body itself. If you read the body itself, that's when you get fake out a lot. That's extremely important. I mean, you see, that's exactly what you see with like Marvel right now. Marvel, let me just do this really quick. Up big in pre-market. Now, I mean, when you follow pre-market and you say, "Oh man, this thing is gonna fly," I will go in and I will long this thing. Especially when you see a big green candle here, you assume that, hey man, this thing is gonna run away. But that's not the case. What you need to do is look at the candle prior to that. First candle, this red, next one. So this is the clue here. It's telling you that the people, sellers, they are like placing their sell order right at this point. And anytime, I mean, when you buy, I mean, they're gonna sell. So that's why you see this. The idea is like, look at the wick, same thing. So, but Marvel, like I said earlier, I would love to see Marvel retest prior day high. And if it's stable at this point, I will add more to my position, because I still believe that Marvel is still going up to about 150 before it stabilizes and retrace. Marvel at 134 now. QQQ is looking good. Oh wow. Let's see the system fire go along right now for AMD. I think I'm just gonna wait. Let's see, but Marvel is up 2%. Let me see here. All right. Maybe the system is sensing that this could be a boost web here, right off the prior day high. Let's see if it is right. So it's fired this go along at let's see here at 9:56. Oh man, I'm still following Marvel right now. I'm let's see what it's gonna do. This is the prior day high. Yep, this could be a boost web here. Yep, I think the system recognized this as a potential boost web, so it set a stop loss right here, right at this line, the red dotted line. Let me just draw it. So the idea is, I mean, if it's wrong, uh, it forces us to exit right away. So it fire go along at this point. It set a very close stop loss. Normally, the first trade of the day, I mean, it's not good because you don't really know the direction yet. That's why the system say, hey, go long, but cautious. Normally, what I do is I just like buy one option. The idea is when I see a retest, let's say at this point here, it retests the prior day high and it bows. That's when I add more because the first trade of the day, I mean, I tend to lose all the time. So, so that's why it tells us to be very cautious. The key right now is let's see if AMD can hold prior day high. If it hold prior day high and bounce, then that is perfect time to add more. I'm also following Marvel. Yeah, I mean, I did I uploaded a video. It's a 11-minute video about like candle structure. And this is a perfect example. So, I mean, if you haven't seen that video, I encourage you to see that. I mean, this is a classic example why reading the wicks of the candle is very important. I mean, especially with Marvel right now. This saved me a lot of money because in the past, when I see this huge green candle here, and especially when it go up big in pre-market, I tend to go in and go long on this guy. But now it's not. So now that's what I'm saying. If you haven't watched that video, do watch that video. even though the title is really basic, hey, candle, but um, how you read the candle is really determine whether or not you're going to make money or lose money. Okay, I like this. If Marvel hold a Friday high, I am going to go in. I'm going to buy. Okay. Let's see. Also, I mean, I'm following AMD as well. If AMD can hold Friday high, and if the next is a green candle above this red here, I'm going to add more to my option. Yeah, it's looking good. Let's see if it can hold. Marvel is still so I'm not doing anything with Marvel yet. Have to see. But AMD is looking good. Yeah. If this thing moved, then the system really, I mean, it read this pattern, and it's believed that, hey, this is a bull swap trap, like short ray with its candle. Yeah. Marvel is slowing down. Hopefully it can hold Friday high. Okay. If you see this signal here, it say like suppress ORL. Why? When you look at the structure here, the price broke down, dropped below the up, opening range low. Normally, this would dictate, I mean, a go short because the price break down. But the system look at the pre-market. This thing is going way, way up. And then it see that the distance from this point to this point is I mean, it's at least like, let's see how many points. It's about like 3 points. So it's a, well, don't chase after that. Don't short it, because like when a stock that go up big in pre-market, most of the time it will drop early, but then it will stabilize and it will bounce up. I mean, that's what the system is saying to us. See, that's exactly what it is. I mean, look like it's trying to hold prior day high. If this candle here remain to be like a red, no, I'm sorry, it's a green hammer with very long lower wick, could be potential for this reversal to happen. But now looking at AMD, I mean, the system fired this perfect here, assuming this thing continue, because this is a classic bull swap here. Price drop, big green candle to trap all this, like, short player here, and then it bounce. Let's see it here. I think I'm gonna add to my long option on Marvel here. Sorry guys. All right, look like Marvel is recovering here. But AMD is great. I mean, I just added more to my option. It fired this go along at this point. I mean, I bought one option here, and then it tested prior day high, bounced. I added more. Hopefully, this is going to turn out to be my one trade for the day. I just added like a couple more options for my Marvel long long trade because I think Marvel will continue to trade higher. QQQ doesn't look good. I mean, this thing is like flat. Let's see if Marvel can hold prior day high. Yeah, yeah, it looked like it's trying Marvel. AMD is still trying here, but the whole market is not a lot of action right now. Not a lot of action. Let's see what Marvel is gonna do here. Yeah, I keep on talking about like the candle structure. I mean, this is perfect. It's a perfect trap here, man. Perfect trap. I have to do a short video about this as well. Gap up big in pre-market. This first two candle basically tell us that hey, I mean it's watch out. And then you see this huge green candle, get all the long excited, and this is the dump right here. And after that, but this thing will stabilize. Especially, I mean, it's getting very near this yellow line here, which is the VWAP stretch lower level. If we get down here, stabilize. I mean, it's another really good long entry here. All right, I'm watching Marvel right now. If price close outside of this descending trend line, no, yeah, this descending trend line, I will add more options. But now I just have to be patient because as long as price is still below this descending trend line, it could still retrace more. Yeah, AMD is reversing right now. That's good. It's holding this prior day high. So the long thesis is still valid. I mean, the system fire go long here. It set a hard stop loss right at this point. Interesting. I mean, QQQ, it fired this go long at this point. The stop loss is very close, but so far it hasn't dropped below the stop loss yet. Yet, AMD could potentially be a good trade here. All right, let's take a quick look at like QQQ here. The system fire go long, and now it's saying add more to it. Why? Because the price so far is holding opening range high. If it hold at this point, there's a probability that it may break out. But if it doesn't, we have to have The stop loss is right here, which is not that far out. Wow, there's a go long on. Yeah, it looks like the market is telling us to go long on both QQQ and IWM here. Something is going on. Mm. Well, I mean it fired another go long here for IWM. I think I'm gonna buy QQQ here. I'll probably wait for this candle to turn green. I mean, the system is sensing that it could potentially break out. Yeah, I mean, look like yeah. I think I'm gonna buy QQQ right now. QQQ 623. That's $1.12. All right, I'll wait for the candle to finish. Yeah, I mean, this thing is it been like trading consolidate sideways for a while here. I mean, if this is it's closed green, this could potentially pop. All right, Marvel. I just add more to my Marvel. It closed outside of this descending trend line. Yeah, I'm gonna add my to QQQ right now. All right. I just bought QQQ option here. IWM is looking good. The AMD trade is still okay, I think. Marvel is rejecting Friday high. Let's see if we can move. Yeah, fire go along right here. So far, IWM is, wow, it's trending. Yeah, IWM is running away here or what? QQQ is looking good. Hopefully it can break out. I mean, of this jam here. It's been consolidating, but holding above the opening range high. If this guy can break, I mean, he can go to 627, I think. Hopefully that is the case. Hopefully that is the case. Yeah, because the system seemed to be very sure on this guy. Hopefully it's right. Go along here. It's see that this is really it's really cool here. It's fired this go along signal right at this candle, and then it's see this guy here retest, find support, bow. I mean, this is like if you read pattern, this is classic mini bull flag here. Break out. It makes sure that the momentum is there. That's when it fired this like add to position here. And then hopefully this thing can break out. If this thing can break out, I mean, it could go to 627. But if this thing is wrong, it set this hard stop loss right here, which is very close to the original go long. So if we're wrong, we lose a little bit. But if we're right, we can ride this all the way up here. So now it's just wait. Wow, Marvel, man, they ran Marvel up big during pre-market. Now they're dumping it. Nasty, nasty, guys. That is nasty. Mm. Yeah, I mean it ran from like 131 all the way to 139 pre-market. That's 8 points, and then it gave all it back, all back. Yeah, it looked like QQQ is there's a potential for QQQ to just like zombie grinding up. AMD is also making a move here. I mean, look like it's finding support right at this point here, right at Friday high. This is a beautiful signal here. Go long. Well, I mean, let's see. Yep, I have a very good feeling that QQQ is just gonna zombie dry up. Yeah, because like it just traded like sideways here and find support, and now I mean it could be bouncing up here. Hopefully that's the case. Yeah, I mean IWM looks good. I think both IWM and QQQ. I mean so far the system fired like really I think like really three good signals here. Go along at this point, go along at this point, and then also it go along for AMD as well. Hopefully this guy will continue to like zombie just grind. See, this is what I like about this system here. I mean, there's no guessing because like the system read all the pricing structure, the candle structure, indicators, and everything else. Once it see things that line up, then it say, well, enter. And if the market goes against us, it will tell us to get out right away. I mean, the idea is minimize the losses and maximize the gain. So as long as this guy here continue to go up, um, I will continue to hold my option. The same thing with like AMD. I got in one option here. I bought some more after this retest. Now I'm up, but I'm not gonna sell yet until the system tell me to sell. Well, guys, sorry about that. I had the speakers on, but today has been very profitable for us, right? For those who are with me, the system fired like three perfect signal. One for IWM, it's already fired like an exit scale 3/4 at this point, and now it tells us to exit because it's sensing a reversal here. So that's good. QQQ, it fired a go long at this point. After the price retest the VWAP at this point, bounce, it tells us, hey, it's time to add more. And now the price is still trending up. So that's a second terrific signal. The third terrific signal is AMD. Price gap up, then drop. The system sensed that this is definitely a bull swap here. That's why it fired the go long signal at this point. And then price trend up, retrace and test VWAP and bounce. That's when it say, hey, you should add more to your position. And now it's still going up. So today has been very profitable for me. I just close out all of my positions. So I'm pretty much done trading for today. AMD, that was a good one. QQQ, I got almost 2x on this trade here. I missed IWM. IWM would have been like at least 2x trade had I followed the system enter here. But I had QQQ and AMD. AMD is more than 2x already. So I'm out. I added more Marvel option when the price broke out of the descending trend line. I think I mentioned that earlier. And this is the reversal line, which is like right at the top of the candle that reversed. So I added more at this point here. So now I'm holding that. But the system is really perfect today. I mean, it fired at like these three beautiful signal, and each of this, I mean, QQQ is like 1.1.5 times 1.5x already. So that's why I like about the system. It doesn't guess. I mean, it just read the pricing structure, and when it see that, hey, I mean, everything lined up, it fired a signal. And what's really important is like it fired a signal at this point here, but it set a hard stop loss right below that. So if the price retrace and drop below that, I mean, it tells us to exit. And when the price is favor the trade, it continue to allow us to squeeze the most out of the trade. What's really beautiful, let me clear this here, about this signal for AMD is like it read the price structure, and it clearly see this is a bull sweat. So it fired a signal here. Then the price bounce up, retrace, tested prior day high, bounce over VWAP, and then the minute it retested VWAP, the system know that, hey, it's trending up, it's retracing, it's testing VWAP, and now it see that, hey, it finds support at VWAP. So the next candle, when you see this green candle here, it say, hey guys, this is a perfect position to add more to your trade. That's what I did. And then after I add more to the trade, the price continued to go up. So, like the nice things about the system is like it reads all the candles, the indicators, and everything else. For me, I mean, I know about technical, but the problem is when you do like live trading, you cannot, I mean, see everything. But the system does that. So this was a very profitable trade for me. I mean, I'm 2x on my option here. Now, another one, which is like QQQ, which is I really love. I mean, I kind of like want to go over this with you guys here. QQQ. Let me zoom it out and explain why the system does what it does. So, market open, price bow up. It doesn't fire a signal here because it doesn't know whether or not the trend would continue. Then it see that hey, the price retrace near the white line, which is like VWAP, and it bows. So it's saying, hey, listen. First of all, the opening candle is green, meaning that it's bullish. Price trending up, retrace, bounce off VWAP support. So it's saying, hey, there's a high probability that the price will continue to trend higher. Then the next candle it bounce up, and then it retests opening range high at this point. This candle here. That's when it fired like go long. But it's also say, hey, go long. The point is 5 points. I mean the score structure based on all the indicators, a lot of stuff. When you see something like 5 points and above, that is a very very good setup. But it set caution because this is the first trade of the day. First trade of the day tend to be the one that you lose a lot because the market still hasn't clearly set up direction yet. So I say, hey, buy. So I enter here, one option, because I mean it's just like a test to see whether or not this is correct. So next thing the system does is see the price bound up, and then retrace and test it opening range high, which is this line here. Clearly show support bounce up, and the second candle, the second green candle, it see oh momentum is very very high. Now it's a add to position because it see that there's a potential for the move to continue to go higher. That's what I did. I add 4 more options to my trade. So now I have 5 options. Then the price move up. Next thing it says, hey, listen, scale half. The reason it sets scale half because of what? Because it see this like red doji on top of that. It's also trading outside of the average true range, which is like the dotted line here. So it say, hey, I mean, you already make some money here. Take half up. I mean, basically protect your profit and leave half. And then the price continue. But it's always above VWAP. That's why the system didn't care. And then it trending up. Now we're riding this. Now I still got like half of my option. I'm still riding this until the system tell me when to scale out. So that is the second perfect signal that it fired this morning. So if you watch this with me, you should make money like I do. The third perfect signal here is IWM. Let's go over this. This is IWM here. First candle open. See this big red here. People think, hey, the price would drop. But no, that's not the case. I mean, this is like, when you look this candle structure here, it bows, retrace, but when it see VWAP, it finds support bounce right back up. The system did not fire like a go along at this point because the price is still inside the opening range. So it waited. The minute it see a lot of momentum and the candle basically closed outside of the opening range high, it fire go along here. And then price continued to trend up. At this point, it see these like 3 straight inverted hammer, and also the price is like near the VWAP stretch upper band, which is like this is VWAP stretch upper band. It's saying, hey, listen, the price has been like extended too far. I mean, just like when you pull a rubber band, you pull too far, you cannot pull it anymore. That's what the price is. So it's a hey, exit. No, it's a scale 3/4. Let me show you this here. It's a take 3/4 of your position out. Then it see this spinning top at VWAP stretch upper band, follow with a very large red candle. It say, hey, looks like the momentum is done. So get out. That's when it fired this exit long. So now you see the rest of the day, the price slowly like that, and then it's gonna tank. Why? Because the stretch level, I mean from VWAP here, is too far. Nothing goes up forever. And now the system sense that. So if you stay here and watch the system, you will see the price will eventually retrade and most likely will retest VWAP again. That's what this system is. So, I mean, if you look at this today, if you're with me since the market opened, you would make money like I did. I mean, I closed all my positions. I closed QQ as well, even though QQQ it hasn't fired like that exit signal yet. Same thing with like AMD, but so far today I already make like more than 2 times my daily goal. So I'm done. I mean, I'm not like greedy about this. So that's what the system is. Basically, the system does everything for us. Think of it like you have somebody who's very knowledgeable about technical analysis, reading all the pricing structure, the indicators and everything else. And once everything lines up, it say, hey, buy or sell. And after you buy, it will tell you whether to add more or exit. That's what's really cool about the system. And another thing that is extremely important, why do us retail traders lose money? I mean, when you read anywhere, even, if you are trading, there's a very high probability that you lose because they say like 95 or even more than 95% of the retail trader lose money. The reason we lose money because it's not because we don't know how to read technical analysis. We lose money because of our, basically what happened is like when we get in a good setup, just like here, we got in a good setup here go along. So price going up, we starting to make some money. So let's say at this point here, we make 10%, 15%, 20% gain. And next thing we see is like 2 red candle. We got scared, so we sell. After we sell, then we see this thing continue to go up like that. And vice versa. Let's say this one here, let's say we make a mistake. We buy long when the price is dropping. And when the price drop, we don't sell right away. We just sit back and pray that, hey, price would eventually reverse and I will eventually make money. But if you look at this here, it does not. It dropped, now it rebound, and we say, oh man, this is great, this is great. I mean, it's going up, I'm gonna start making money. Only to see this drop. Next thing you know, it's like you lose like 70% of your option. And that's exactly what happened to me. I look at all the history, every trade that I recorded. The reason I lose because when a trader goes against me, I lose so much instead of minimize my losses. So what nice about this system is it helped me to prevent that. So let's say it fire a go along here. And if you see this dotted line, the green dotted line, that is the hard stop. So what the system is telling me is this here. I'm telling you to go along here because I see the momentum. It broke outside of the opening range high. But the minute I'm wrong, let's say because the market can turn anytime, news and everything else. It say the minute the price turn and drop below the opening range high and it drop below my hard stop loss here, you have to get out. So we lose about 30 cents here, but it allows us to capitalize on the trade. So let's say if we enter here at 622 and a half, and now you already ride to like 625.6. So the whole idea about the system, it's allow us to be extremely disciplined. So you can have like 2 or even 3 losses. All you need is one single trade. You can make all it back and be profitable. So that's why when people say you need like 50% winning rate in order to make money, if you follow the system, we can easily say that is not correct, because you can have like a 30%, 33% winning rate and still make money. Because the system, just like when you look at AMD here, it is still letting you ride this uptrend. Now go back to like IWM. You see IWM, it tells us to get out. And now you see the price starting to drop. Why? Because the stretch is too far from VWAP here, all the way to up here, which is the VWAP stretch upper band. It's saying, okay, get out at this point. You see how perfect it is. You got in here, got out at the top. And now you see the price starting to retrace. That is the beauty about the system. And that's why I'm excited. The reason being is like I am a retail trader like everyone else. I lost a lot of money in the past, even though I know that in terms of like technical analysis, I'm very good. It's just like when I trade, when you have real money on the line, the human emotion basically takes over. And that's when you make mistake. You keep loser. You sell winners early. I mean, we read that all the time. Every YouTube video you hear guys telling you, hey, you gotta keep the winners. You gotta sell the loser. But how? It sounds easy. I bet you 100%. Even those guys that actually make the video telling us like to keep winners and sell losers, they are making the same bloody mistake like we do. I mean, they just read it from books. But this system here help us from making that mistake. That's why, I mean, that's the reason why I was like disappeared for like almost like 5 years. And now I'm back because I want to share this with everybody else. You see, I mean, I don't go back and try to sell this or like make people pay monthly in order to like look at the system the way it generates a signal. I want everybody to make money so like I do. And if we religiously follow this, I mean, there's a very good chance that you can make money like I do. When the system tells me to go long, I go long. When it tells me to exit, I exit. I don't think. And that's why, I mean, we are like, or me, I consider myself a systematic trader now, not emotional, not FOMO. And that's why when you watch this live stream, I don't like scream up and down like, I mean, you see other YouTubers. Other YouTubers, I mean, they're guessing. They see a candle like, I mean, 2 or 3 green candle. They say, oh, I'm in. And then when they see another green candle, they get all excited. Oh yeah. And then they see 2 red candles. They start cursing and get out. I mean, that's what you see. And what you see with this here is completely different. You need to be a systematic trader if you want to make money off day trading. If you cannot be a systematic trader, if you trade with your emotion, you may as well quit trading. because I lost so much money trading with my emotion. And the thing is, like, every time when you make a mistake keeping the losers, at the end of the day you feel so miserable because you say, man, I did that before, and I told myself that I would stop doing that, stop making that mistake. But the problem is, when you are trading, I mean, you don't want to admit that you make a mistake. So you continue to make the mistake. You continue to compound it. I mean, you don't know how many times. Basically, I blow my account. Why? And the funny thing is, like, I look at all of the trades that I make in the past. Every trade that I lost money, I just like look at it and say, oh, if I get out early instead of losing $500, if I follow my goal, which is like, hey, if I lose $100, I get out. The funny thing is, every time when I do that, the day the day that I lost money turned out to be like, actually I make some money. If you don't believe me, look at all the trades that you make in the past and do that. I guarantee you, you will see that, like, instead of having a negative P&L for that day, you probably ended up with a positive P&L. And that's why I want to share that, like, I mean, what I've seen with everybody. It's that's why we're blowing our account. You see, now let me go back here. IWM, the system tells us to get out. But QQQ, I mean, the system is still saying, hey guy, just continue to ride this trend up here. That's what it is. So now you could lose like two trades, and if you minimize your losses with one trade like QQQ today, you add more. I mean, really, this is how professional traders do it. When they enter, they open a small position and then they wait to get this retest. I mean, when you retest and it finds support, bows. That's when you add more to your position. And now you're riding this. So you could have like two losing trades with one winning trade with QQQ today. You make back everything and be profitable for the day. Same thing with like AMD here. Beautiful signal. Fire right at this point. And then when the price retrace and test VWAP, it say, oh, it bounces off VWAP. It finds support at VWAP. Add more, guy. So that's what I did. Add more. Now I'm riding this, but I already exit my position because I'm done for the day. I'm like 2x my money today, so I'm really happy. Even though right now the system is still hasn't tell us to get out yet, but it did. It tell us to get out here with IWM. QQQ is still like zombie grind up. EMA, I mean, it's the price is like still riding EMA 9, which is this line here, very bullish. And then EMA 9 is still pointing up above EMA 21. And then all these guys are above like VWAP. So it's still very bullish. Another thing is like QQQ still get more to go because I mean it hasn't near the upper stretch level yet. Not like IWM. Same with AMD. AMD is still grinding up, guys. But here, the system just fired a signal that hey, take half off, guys. And why it does that? Let me explain. Why does AMD tell us to take half off? I mean, we enter here, it tells us to add more, and now we say take half off. The reason being is this here, two things. First, the price is getting very near the opening range high. And the key is this. If you look at like the first candle, the open candle, the price bows up to the opening range high. And there's a lot of seller. The selling pressure push it all the way down here. So the system remember that. It say, hey guys, we're getting near like hot water here. So you already like 2x your option. Take half off. If the price get reject here, then get out. Save your profit. That's why. Number one. Number two, if you are familiar with like the average true range, which is like these dotted line here. Normally, the way it works on a normal day, when the price go up and hit near the top of this average true range, it tends to drop. And the minute it hit the bottom, it bows. And then it hit the top, it retraces again, like clockwork. But now, the momentum is strong right after this guy here finds support at VWAP. It bows, and it's been riding on top of this average true range for a while.